Alright, hello YouTube. Uh, Welcome to Shadowrun Hong Kong, a game that I'm fairly familiar with. I put in a few hours of it already and felt like sharing it, I guess, to those who haven't seen it, or those who have seen it and just haven't played it different ways. Get right into it. Launch a new campaign, go hard, because I find that normal just doesn't give enough. I will be save scumming, so there'll be plenty of that. Alright, so character. Male. Gonna go. No, I haven't done a human. Yeah, I haven't done a human. Let's just no, actually, fuck. Screw that. Let's go orc. Yeah, orc. All right. What are we gonna go as an orc? I say we go. Physical adept. What the hell is with that hair? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go the pompadour-ish look there. You know what? Let's go. Let's stick with physical adept. Why not? Actually, if we're gonna do nah, orc fine. Alright, let's have a look through some of these presets. That's not too bad. That's not too bad either. Yeah, let's go with this one. Except we're gonna change up the skin color just a little. Blue. Bit much there. Yeah, that and hairstyle. I do not like that style. That's not too bad. Always been tempted by that one, but no. No. Allow for a look. No. I think I'm gonna go. What the hell? Things you can find. This one. Yep. Alright. Alright, so we gotta spend our karma. Since I'm being a phys adept, I'm gonna need some willpower here. At least some points into chi casting. Point to willpower there. We might go into spell casting later. Right now. Charisma. Next we're pointing that and grab Shadowrunner. I might actually put another 2 into here. Like 7 into here. But I only have 8 left. Oh, we'll go academic. Strength. How much do we have in this? Not a lot. Close combat. And do we want to invest in melee weapons? Or do we want to invest in unarmed? Question. But I think I'm gonna have to pull out a point of charisma here. Put another point of intelligence because it doesn't hurt to be a bit varied. And we're gonna put. You know what? I feel like melee weapons. I'm actually gonna take. What is this? Manifest? See dragon lines. Let's take another point of charisma right now. And put a point here. Got 2 points remaining. Could put that into throwing weapons. Or at least one into throwing weapons. But you know what? I think we're good for the moment. Well, we can spend those karma points later, and it will make life a little easier to get some stuff at the start. First name. Let's go. Kenny. Kenny. Anyway, that's kind of for a reason. Street name. Ooh, I have trouble with these ones. But how about Rocky? Ziggy. Yeah, let's go Ziggy. Alright. Here's a cutscene. Enjoy.
You have one new message.
Hi. It's Raymond. I hope I have the right number. Look, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but I need your help. Remember the day I took you and Duncan off the streets? I told you that the past is just a story, that if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. Yeah. I was wrong. I'm on my way to Hong Kong now, to finish something I should have faced a long time ago. And I need you with me. I know we're not blood, and we didn't leave things in a good place, but you and Duncan are the only real family I have. Please, if our past means anything to you, meet me in Hong Kong right away. I'll explain more when you get here. I'm begging you. I'm almost out of time.
And that's our intro to Shadowrun Hong Kong. Alright, we get a nice little wall of text here to help set the mood. I'm gonna go ahead and read these out just cause, I don't know. Actually, I'll let you guys read this one. If there'll probably be times where I'll decide to read it. I'll at least read the flavor text of characters. How about that as a deal? And I'll find some other way, I guess, to bullshit my way through these loading screens. Oh, Hong Kong, Victoria Harbour, August 2056, monsoon season. Goes starting 1200. You step from the churning water taxi to the ponderous rocking of the docks, your stomach lurching at the transition. As soon as you clear, the captain nods once and steers a small craft back into the harbour. The man never said a word, just handed you a worn brown duffel bag when you stepped on board with gear, some stiff new body armor, and a note, better safe than sorry, D. Above smoke-thick clouds hang low in the sky, reflecting the lights of the city in a nauseating swirl. The wind changes direction more than once, creating a heady stew of aromas, diesel, sea salt, street food, and filth. It's all you can do to keep your in-flight meal where it belongs. Two figures stand waiting in the dim light of the pier. The first one is an orc, lean with in-your-face muscles and a jaw made to break fists. Second is an elf, one hand resting casually against her hip. Raymond Black is nowhere to be seen. Remember, Raymond's our foster father. And this is D, or Duncan. Don't you look like shit? Duncan Wu. Closest thing you have to a brother. You haven't seen the man in 8 years. Still as charming as ever. He grins. Green's not really a color, Kenny. Doesn't go well with that nice new armor I got you. As you open your mouth to respond, something shifts alarmingly in your stomach. A liquid bubbling sensation. I've toughed it out plenty of times, so nice to see. Your stomach lurches again as another wave crashes against the beer. Taste of bile fills your mouth. Listen, if you're gonna hurl, get it over with now. We gotta go find Raymond. Yeah, good to see you too. I'll find you some ginger ale or something after we go to where he is. Still got that baritone rasp. Had it since he was 12. We developed early. Never showed up, Kenny. It's not like him. No clue where he might be? No. Rubs his head. Just checked in with the local PD and morgue. If he's dead, his body hasn't turned up yet. And that's a good sign, I guess. Seem kinda tense. You eating enough fiber? My colon's fine, thanks. Rubs his head. He's an old man, and he's out there alone somewhere. Okay, I get it. I'm not sure you do. Orc bows his head, his voice sounds far away. He ain't the same, Kenny. Raymond hasn't been himself in a long time. How so? He's been restless, staying in his study, inside his own head a lot, and he barely sleeps anymore. I've been worried about him, but I haven't figured out what to do about it. He looks up at you and shrugs. And I didn't have a brother to turn to. Hell, wasn't too sure you were even still alive until Raymond managed to track down your number. Then we get introduced to the second character of our little party at the moment. Carter! Woman standing beside him breaks in. We should get going, Duncan. Head back to the meeting point in case your dad shows up. I copy that, Sarge. They're wearing Lone Star body armor. Looks like Duncan Wu's gone private police. Sarge? The woman taps her chest with an armored finger. Carter, Seattle Lone Star. I'm Duncan's partner. For those unfamiliar with the law, Lone Star is basically a private police company. Not many people like him. Superior officer. She grins. I let him carry my coffee for me sometimes. Write my parking tickets, that kind of thing. I figured I could use some backup. Didn't know what Ray got himself into, and I was sure you were going to show up. Ugh, I butchered that. Didn't know what Ray got himself into, and I wasn't sure you were going to show up, is how it was meant to read. It's a tossed off remark, but there's an undercurrent of resentment in it. You got something you want to say? Nope. Shakes his head. Hey look, I'm glad you're here, Kenny. Seriously. But I'm gonna need some time to get used to having you around again. Been a while since I heard from you. Know what I mean? Memories of a sleepless night's lockup flash by, wondering if you'd ever see Duncan or Raymond again. Wondering if you even wanted to. Then stepping out into the daylight, suddenly free, the fallout of some obscure corporate restructuring. Few hundred new yen worth of apology from your former jailers, and a decision to start a new life, to leave the past behind. All of it. Until now. Yeah, we'll talk later about it, okay? Yeah. Alright. Stares at you, his goggles reflecting in the harbor light. His eyes scan the waterfront, frowning. Let's just find Raymond. He was supposed to meet us in the plaza on the other side of this pier. Kai chimes in. The sooner we find him, the sooner you can all have a big, happy family reunion over dinner. She grins. And the sooner I can find a place to get a drink around here. Damn right. Ahead of you, Hong Kong rises, serpent-like from the sea. Government and megacorp coiled together, writhing in their basket of institutionalized corruption. No one can tell where the snake's body ends, and its tail begins. That's what Raymond used to say. Duncan turns and starts down the pier. Carter follows. Alright. And now for ease of use, I'm just gonna save right here. Yep. There we go. Alright, so let's have a look at the team. This is our basically PDA. Got our current quest, mission items, which will be important for later. This is where we get to see our stats a bit more. As you can see here, we've got 50 hit points, and those will drop quick. 1 point of armor. 6 magic and 6 essence. If all goes well, these shouldn't get dropped. Strength, 3 points. Basically, we all know this. We saw me put the points in earlier. Then we got Duncan. Trained by Lone Star, an expert in assault rifle combat and non-lethal takedowns, and that can be important for later. Pretty similar to us. Has no magical talent. 50 hit points, 2 armor. A bit stronger. Throwing weapons is useful for grenades and things like that, so that's why he has such a good score in it. A bit quicker. Intelligence, willpower, charisma, a lot there, and body. Pretty basic. And then we have Carter, who we can see from here has no description. I wonder what that alludes to. Pretty similar to us. 50 hit points, 2 armor, 2 actions, magic, so she's magically capable. Good strength, quickness, intelligence, willpower, charisma, and body. We're back to me as a Carnival, but we don't have any points to really spend here, or none that I'm willing to spend at the moment. Then we got equipment. Tells us what we got. So there's our character models. There you go, there's our magic. A nice set of spells. Pretty nicely decked out. And these have a lock symbol next to them. And what that means is that these are unmodifiable in any way. That's important to note when you come to things such as grenades and healing packs, because you shouldn't be afraid to use those on missions, because they'll pretty much always be replenished. We can see here that Duncan's got a Semopal VZ88V. Decent, cheap damage assault rifle, and we get a machete. And killing hands. This increases our unarmed damage by 3. It's about the same, really, as we'll be doing with a melee weapon. I think we'll see what the to hit ratio looks like when we get into an actual fight. Here's the menu where we can trade items between each other. As you can see, you can't change anything that's locked. And you can use things like medkits out of combat, and then you got cyberware. We don't have any. Duncan doesn't have any, and neither does Carter. Alright, enough of that. Let's actually get into the game. So it's a top-down adventure module sort of thing, RPG. And these sort of things you can expect. Fresh construction. It's not flesh. Oh, that was completely missed. Well, if you want to read it, there's a pause button. Alright. That's a locked fence. And here we go. Yellow always means, you know, important, basically. The guard shack at the end of the pier is dark and empty. Duncan gives the gate a push, but it doesn't budge. Huh. Well, that was open earlier. And frowns. Looks pretty solid. I guess we'll have to find another way to reach the plaza. Guess so. Strange that there's no one here though, isn't it? Shrugs. Who knows, it's Hong Kong. Not exactly sure how things work around here. Come on, rookie. We can cut through the construction site. I hate it when you call me that. Oh, Duncan. Poor Duncan. Hey, it's a security button. Gate is locked, but the nearby control panel appears accessible. Pulls it open with a metallic screech that pierces your skull, sending a new wave of pain down your churning stomach. She examines the control panel for a moment, then throws a wheel backward glance. Looks like there's another way off the docks on the other side of this gate. I think I can bypass the lock. Yeah, stand aside and let it work. Fiddles with some of the wires and the door lock hisses open. Let's go. Movement. Shouting in Cantonese. More Cantonese. Too quick to catch. Oh, there's even more of them. The group on the dock was fishing a package out of a speedboat when you surprised them. Now the package is at the bottom of the bay and the speedboat is disappearing into the distance. They close on you, red-faced and yelling. The light of the harbour glints off their weapons as they approach. The leader shouts something in Cantonese, but it's too fast to make out. You're rusty. It's been years since Raymond's house, and the language lessons that wouldn't end. The old man never spoke anything but his native language at home. Wu speaks with authority. His Cantonese is as solid as ever, he never let it drop. You guys doing the same some late night fishing? The smuggler smiles. Oh yeah, we're fishing for assholes. Sorry about that. Wu points at their weapons. You're gonna need some better bait. All you're gonna catch with that is trouble. Seriously? Did they teach you that in Rent-A-Cop school? He turns to you with a smile, starting on his face. Then he thinks better of it. Turns back to the smugglers. He flashes his badge. Lone Star, put the guns down. The smuggler squints at Wu's badge, then smiles at his friends. Never seen a badge like that before. Either it's fake or you're some kind of security guard. He grabs his rifle. Either way, this ends the same. I think he's done talking. Alright, and we're into the turn-based combat now. Not much I can do from this position, except maybe run up at them and get shot a bunch. So, I'm gonna try and find a bit better cover. Maybe. This works. Duncan is going to go here. And he's going to take a shot. Now there's an old saying in Shadowrun. Geek the mage first. And that's what we're going to try and do. Actually, we're going to put some armor on you. You're going to get armored. The AI likes to pick on characters that are by themselves. So we're going to try and armor you up and defend you as much as possible. Oh, that is also a thing that's worth remembering. Friendly fire is definitely a possibility. You want to be as careful with that as possible. And we can like move around characters at any point during the turn-based combat. So if things aren't looking good for one character, we can have another character come in and assist. I can't do much from this position besides use up 5 bullets and to try and put a couple of shots in this guy. Yeah, that's double critical. Really good there, actually. But usually that lucky in the starting sequence. Now we want to get pretty much closer. Unless I can get a good grenade toss going? No. Alright, move up to here. And Carter, throw mana ball here and hope it hits all 3 of them. Good damage. Not enough to finish the job, but good enough to get somewhere. She's gonna use her grenade. Fireball me, okay, that's not too bad. Oh, that wasn't pleasant. So what we're gonna do before we have our go is heal. Heal will always heal the latest damage. So if I took, say if I took that 17 damage and then I took 1 damage after it from another guy, I'd only heal that 1 damage. Then we're actually gonna put some extra aim, so it's a bit more likely to hit, and we'll send them in. And of course, as per the percentile chance to hit rules, you're always gonna miss it, at least always. Take a 41% shot, why not? That was pretty good. I'll take another shot on this guy. Because there he used the medkit. Try and deal with this guy. Dealt with, and this guy. Duncan's gonna take a shot. And hey, that worked worked out pretty good actually. I've definitely had runs where I've died to that because I clumped up and they all threw grenades on me. That's probably another important thing to remember about this. The enemy do like to use grenades. Ah, here's another thing. Drugs. I've never really used drugs too much, but I might use them a bit more here. There's no downside to using them aside from taking up an inventory slot per drug. So it's not too bad. 5 rounds of bonus. And the security checkpoint. Looks edged with monofilament. Corporations here don't screw around. Monofilament's bad stuff. Why don't we just cut ourselves an opening? He shakes her head. Even if you could, I'd snap it back on you. Ever seen a high tension wire whip through a human body? You don't want to. Duncan nods his agreement. We aren't touching it. How about it, Carter? If you can get the gate open? She winks at him. What do you think? Eyeballs the job. Take a few minutes though. Frowning, she leans in to get a closer look at the mangled fuse box. A few seconds later, she starts pulling wires and yanking fuses. A look of intense concentration on her face. I thought she was a mage. In Cantonese, Kenny. He sounds like Raymond when he does that. In Cantonese, the pen of my aunt is sitting on the end table. Satisfied? He shakes his head, continues in Cantonese. You're gonna be a dick about this, Kenny. We're in Hong Kong, only Cantonese from now on, just like when we lived at Raymond's house. Those endless drills are about to pay off. It's coming back. Won't be a problem. He nods once and satisfied. He turns his back and scans the horizon. At least you can still handle yourself in a fight. It's your Lone Star now, huh? He's back still to you, that's right. Aren't you wondering what I've been up to for the last 8 years? He's still giving me the back. Nope. The silence between you gets louder, heavier, then it's broken by a sudden wailing screech. Wu's hand goes to his holster. The screeching is replaced by the sound of grinding wheels. Glancing over to the console, you see Carter grinning back at you. Got it. Alright. Light from a nearby vendor, stall, stabs into your eyes, triggering a throbbing ache in the back of your skull. You stop short, squinting as their voices drift on the wind. A tattooed smuggler. Where's everyone else? Where's the damn shipment? Haven't seen them yet. We just got here. Voice becomes irritated. Long ways, probably waiting for us so we can haul it out of the boat for him, that lazy bastard. Let's just hang out here, let him find us. It looks like we're on a stroll through Smuggler Central. These gangers don't know we're here. We could probably just slip past. Or we could clip them. They're already looking for us. Might be better to take them out now while we've got the element of surprise on our side. Just might. Alright, this is a tutorial mechanic issue that you can sometimes initiate combat first. So what we're gonna do is 60% chance to toss that grenade. I don't like that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna unload the street mages here. Get him right out of the way. As I said, there's a reason why there's a peak mage first. Alright, I'm gonna cross an energy ball. That's hopefully not gonna hit me. There. Alright, that fried him. He's probably gonna... Oh, I expected him to throw a grenade, honestly. We're gonna cut him up. Cut you so bad, you wish you weren't cut so bad. And it should just take a simple shot. Or a couple. Ah, it worked. And minimal damage. And this is going extremely well. Free medkit. Take that. And before I continue any further, let's save. Alright. Here we go. And it's an example, we could have easily just moved that and carried on. You got a karma point for that. Something over here to grab? That's always another thing this game's teaching you right now. It's worth it to go looking around early game, like, whenever you can. As you can see up here, you can see a lane line. I usually only see those when combat's about to go. And, looks like we got some trouble. Objective complete. And here we go. Crossing the street, you make out 4 shadowy figures loitering in the plaza ahead of you. A troll, an orc, a dwarf, and an elf. 2 men, 2 women. They're different from the smugglers on the docks. Alert, poised, professional. You can see that they've made a token attempt to conceal their weapons. The unspoken message is clear. We're strapped. Mind your manners. Wu stands up tall, takes that amused tone he gets whenever he's standing toe-to-toe with someone bigger, someone who doesn't know what they're about to go down. Evening, folks. You got permits for those bazookas? This husky troll. The thick troll puts his mouth into a comic frown. Permits. Give me a minute. Makes a show of patting his pockets. Nope, guess not. Must have dropped mine in a dumpster, along with the last idiot who stepped to us. Wu coolly surveys the scene, nods in a friendly fashion. Is that right? Well then, you can almost feel Wu's cop training kick in. It's like watching a drone execute a command routine. Reaches for his rifle, brings it up quick, but it's too late. By the time it hits his shoulder level, an assortment of nasty looking ordnance is already trained on his head. Kata backs him up, whips her arms forward, fist blazing with magical fire. Her eyes sweep the scene, darting from one figure to another. Alright everyone, just be cool. The thick troll's voice is casual, amused. He shakes his gun in Wu's face. A little late for that, isn't it? I put my hands in my pockets. Listen guys, my stomach is doing somersaults. How about we all put our guns away before someone gets hurt? The thick troll snorts a laugh. That guy looks like he could use an enema. Something we can do for you, officer. God damn it. Wu's jaw tightens, but his tone stays cool and controlled. I'm looking for an old man, Raymond Black. We were supposed to meet him here. You know him? Mm-hmm. Nods his head. Wu's voice gets an edge. You can see a vein in his temple start to pulse. Where is he? Easy, Duncan. Keeps amused eye contact, but his weapon stays trained on Wu. That's right. Easy, Duncan. Your friend Raymond never showed. We've been waiting for the better part of an hour. You were gonna meet with Raymond? Mm-hmm. Keep talking. The troll's yellow-brown tusk shifted into a smile again. He needed friends. The heavily armed kind. The old man hired us to take you on an all-little excursion. Hired you? Looks them over. They're an odd assortment. A cybered-up troll, an orc girl with magical fetish, a dwarf with a cyberdeck slung on her back, and a tall man standing behind them, inscrutable, all with guns trained on Wu. As understanding spreads across Wu's face, his jaw tightens. You're Shadowrunners. The troll nods. Mm-hmm. This is bullshit. Raymond would never hire Shadowrunners. They're criminals. Mercenary operatives, as the troll corrects him. Dwarf cuts in. Her voice is soft but strong. Criminal mercenary operatives. So yeah, you were right. Your buddy, Raymond, was associating with a bunch of hardened criminals. Young orc. Looks very familiar for some reason. I can't imagine why. The troll tosses Wu a sideways smile while staring down the barrel of his gun. Sorry to burst your bubble, Lone Star. Guess you didn't know the old man as well as you thought, huh? Wu tries to shake it off. Struggling to process the information, you can feel the heat coming off him. The runners sense it too, and they tense up tight. They're keyed on Duncan, and their guns are big. The looks on their faces make it clear. One wrong bead of sweat, and Wu's going down in a red mist of cloud. Carter remains completely still. Her voice is level, moderate. She's done this before. Let's all stay focused. No need for this to get ugly. She speaks quietly to Wu, who listens without turning. They focus squarely on the troll. We need to find Raymond. These are the people who can help us do that. She's right. Let's focus on Raymond. You can tell the orc girl's had enough of the tension. She blurts out, the old man wanted us to take him to Kulon. Hope I didn't butcher that. Walled City. Waves a hand at the three of you. You two. Two large rats clinging onto her hip and shoulder poke their heads out of the folds of her clothing. They fix their beady eyes on you intently. Their beady eyes on you intently. You know the Walled City? Slum, right? I've heard of it. The girl sneers and rolls her eyes. It's a shithole, the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Memories of growing up in the Redmond Barrens flash through your mind. Those who don't know, the Redmond Barrens were definitely a shithole in Shadowrun culture. Not sure about real life, if it exists. Probably does. We get it. It's a real bad place. Now why would a little old man pay you to take him there? The dwarf standing next to her nods and jumps in. Wouldn't say. I mumbled a lot too. Just kept rambling on and on about how he had to get in. Under ordinary circumstances, I wouldn't have accepted the gig. Walled City's the last place I want to go. But the old man rolled up a truckload of Nubian. And you gotta eat, right? Wu risks a glance at you. His weapons remain trained on the Shadowrunners, but a flicker of uncertainty plays across his face. Let's say we believe you. What now? Troll flashes you a smile. That's all tusk and no warmth. Okay, gang, I'll tell you what. We're gonna put our guns down. Oh, shit. Well, that's certainly a thing. I'm just gonna quickly move into cover. Sound of high caliber rifle shots hang in the air and the red dots of laser sights sweep the area. Carter the troll and the silent elf lie dead in winding pools of blood. Their heads broken open like melons dropped from a 4-story building. Old girl screams for cover. Nightjar! Nightjar, come on, big man, talk to me. Gunshot? No, no. Turns to the dwarf with eyes wild as fear. Oh shit, this isn't good. Voice blares out from a loudspeaker. This is the police! Lay down your weapons, put your hands behind your head and come out where we can see you. Duncan Wu, Kenny Wu, come out where we can see you. You have 3 seconds. Duncan crouches behind cover, his gaze locked on Carter's corpse. His voice comes out in a hoarse roar. Stand down, damn it! I'm law enforcement. Lone Star! Lone Star! Driven deeper into cover by a hail of gunfire. Save your breath, they won't listen. Use your eyes, those bastards aren't here to make arrests. We need a way out of here now. Everyone pipe down, just give me a minute. Stares at the ground intently as if listening, then her brow furrows, her eyes go beady and her nose wrinkles up. Begins to sway back and forth, her lips moving soundlessly. Snaps out of a trance. Okay, I've got the way out. It's at the end of the street. Everyone come with me. Everyone? We don't need the rent-a-cops, gobbit. We're the only ones. Their extra firepower is. I got us an exit, but we've got to get past the heat, and we can't shoot our way out of this one on our own. If nothing else, they can soak up a few rounds for us. Turns to you, her pupils pinpricks of intensity. Just stick to cover and keep close. There's a door down the street that leads to a back alley. That's their exit point. You fall behind and you get left. Well, I think that's where we'll end for part 1. Want to see more? Just keep watching more. Ta-ta!